So we hit 200 videos here on YouTube. Although the number that you see on your end as viewers is going to be different, it'll be around like 70 or something, because I went through the process of privating and unlisting a bunch of old videos and old series that I don't cover anymore, just to keep it more streamlined. But for me, on the internal side, we have hit the 0200 mark, which is awesome. I was looking back at the last video that I had at the 100 one, and I think I was only at like 200 subscribers, so it's crazy to see that we're 800 plus strong, which is awesome. So in the other video, it was very unscripted, and I was just talking about kind of some of my inspirations to get into this platform and why I decided to do it, and a little bit of the 100 videos that I worked on. This video will center around the progression from 101 to 199 in that stretch of period, which I think starts from July 16th, 2020 to today. I think this will come out, end of April 2021. I don't remember exactly when I have this plan scheduled, but I'm still at my cousin's house. Been at my cousin's house for roughly 3 months now, just to get a break from home. So the recording for the past few months of videos has been much more challenging with little kids screaming around, and I'm right next to a main street, so I have to watch out for traffic. And I still record at like crack of dawn so I can avoid as much sound as possible. But you might hear a little bit today because I had to run the laundry and I wasn't thinking right. But yeah, before I ramble too much, I took some notes, so let me break down kind of what's been going on with the channel so far. Okay, so some of the big milestones have to be the HnK Surge, right? For those who only watch my Purple Hyacinth videos, or who only watch, a specific series that I cover, the HnK Surge was ridiculously strong. I think I got like I'm pretty sure 2/3 of my subscribers are from those two, either the 94 chapter or the 95 chapter review, and I'm very proud of those videos because I, one, got the chance to reread one of my favorites, and two, finally found some kind of angle that I wanted to tackle, and it seems to have picked up a lot. The algorithm favored it like crazy. As of currently, both videos are over 20k, which is crazy for me to think of. I mean, before this, our biggest one was maybe close to 5,000, which was in and of itself a lot, right? Because our averages are usually like 100 to 500 range, which is not bad. I do think that the average overall has gone up, especially with the beginning of season 2 in Purple Hyacinth, because I think season 2 started, and technically a few of the first two videos of the 50 review and 51 review fall below the 100 mark, but I'll count them in. But we had been averaging about 500 views for every Purple Hyacinth review, which was crazy to think about. And that was awesome. It's a shame that I had to switch to non-FastPass and just make it public for those public chapters due to a request of one of the authors, because they didn't want me to talk about FastPass in this fashion. And I mean, I totally understand. Even though I didn't have images at that time, I guess since we are having discussion, it is, but technically it's the same thing as just having a discussion on like the FastPass channel in Discord. But yeah, I don't want to go into the semantics, because I mean, at the end of the day, I want to respect the author's wishes. So I think that happened around January. I got the message in like December, so I made changes because I was like, I want to be mindful as much as possible. So we made the switch, and obviously that switch is going to take a hit because a lot of the people that come to listen want to listen for the most current chapter that they are reading, right? What's the use of going back 4 chapters before a month later, since they're on newer material? I mean, I've always gone through the cycle of when I read the new FastPass chapter, I always end up reading the most current public chapter, and that cycle of repetition and parallels has been a steady part of the season 2 experience for me, so it wasn't anything bad. The only thing that happened is that it let me be lazy, because it gave me, instead of 1 day to pump out a video, 4 weeks to pump out a video. So I've been slacking. I usually go up to the end of those 4 weeks to make the video. The script is always done as the FastPass chapter comes out, because I don't want to spoil the future chapter, so I always write out something like the day after the Fast Pass chapter comes out, and then I let it sit for a couple weeks, make some adjustments. But yeah, I mean, the length of the videos have gotten shorter because they're really condensed thoughts, and it's not like I'm losing interest or anything, but I mean, ideally I would want the videos to be longer so I can have a better experience. But since we have a new person in the market, the Story Tinker, and their videos are extremely long form. I think my short form ones that were already short to begin with, but even shorter now, are a good complement so we don't, intersect. Even though we're covering the same webtoon, we have two different spheres of like influence. Like for me personally, during the day I would never watch more than like a 10-15 minute YouTube video, because I mean, like, that's a lot of investment. But I'll pop on like 30 plus videos for at nighttime. So like that's kind of how I use YouTube as a platform. I'm sure people have their own. Some people just have videos playing in the background during the day, so to each their own, which is totally fine. But yeah, Purple Hyacinth is good. I found out that we're not even halfway through season 2. And I was thinking that season 2 would end on like chapter 100. Right now, up to Fast Pass, it's 93. So we have a long way to go, which is exciting. I mean, I'm always happy for more material, to be honest, but I completely misunderstood where the story was going. So I have no idea where we're going to stop for the mid-season, where season 2 is going to go, how long is it going to be. It's probably double the length if we're not even halfway. And we're already getting to the 50 total for this season so far. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. And talking about collaborations in general, as I pivot into this, I got to have the full collaboration with Lanx in the beginning of January, where we covered the first half of the first half of the first half of season 2 at this point, right, from 50 to 75. That was really fun. We like hopped on Discord. She got a chance to talk about it because I'm assuming she's very busy with school, so I haven't seen her around in the Discord as much, and I mean, I'm not really around on the Discord that much. I'm usually there like for an hour a week, give or take, so I was happy to give her a platform and we could go back and forth on our very different theories, because she goes in on the theories. I love her thoughts, and one of the big reasons why I continue to do this is I've looked forward to her essays whenever they come out. Other collaborations that we had the Jumping Around series that was it was not good. We had 7 different iterations of it. It was just covering like a shotgun approach to Weekly Shonen Jump. It was me and Jack from Time Paradox Ghostwriter. But even after that cancellation, and you can still find it in the collaborations playlist, these are all unlisted, but that formed the basis for what we have in Hero of Hell, which is exciting. It's new. We're basically just waiting for Chainsaw Man Part 2 to come so we can release some stuff. If you don't, that's a second channel technically for me and Jack, and we only talk about Chainsaw Man, which has skyrocketed into my top 3 manga, and Chainsaw Man is amazing, and I constantly reread it and think about it a lot. So yeah, it'll be fun once part 2 comes and the anime comes, but that's not really a focus of this channel because we're already pretty diversified in what I cover. And although I'm changing the format on how I produce the videos, and I'll talk about it in a bit, but that was a Jumping Around collaboration. I think the only other big collaboration that I had was with Nya Hemmings, my man, a guy who is someone that I looked up to in the Tower God like YouTube community. I love his videos, although now that I've started making videos myself, it's pretty tough to keep up with, especially Nye, who pumps out, or even AOA, who they pump out like videos every day, and they're pretty long. So like my interest and my focus isn't there when I'm trying to create my own content, which sucks. But yeah, I love Nye, although the audio for my video, which was about Elaine, was wild, and I tried to boost it to make it sound better, and I think it sounds awful. But it's okay. Speaking of Tower God, yeah, it's a shame that I've lost interest in Tower God. I've unlisted most of the chapter review. You can still find all of them in the playlist, like my playlist. You just can't search them except the most recent ones, like 485 and like the hiatus announcement. I tried doing a live stream just to read the chapters, and it was not doing it. I couldn't get past like 10-15 chapters. I don't know why. I've definitely lost my interest in Tower God. since this past year, I've been like just consuming manga and anime left and right, and I've reorganized on what my favorites are and what I look for in a series, and Tower God has definitely fallen in that. Like, again, I don't hate it. Like, that's the foundation of this channel, what we started on, but I think it's time to turn the hat, and that's also why I stopped doing Rebirth and Omniscient Reader, because one, there wasn't too much of an audience for it, and I think that the real biggest factor was that covering like 4 or 5 different weekly series just every single day, I think that was a stretch that I had in like May, or whenever I was doing all 3 of them. Let me see, September, around September time. That was exhausting, like extremely exhausting. To pump out, and like the videos would kept getting shorter and shorter, and usually when I have shorter videos, it's like a indication of my interest. Not really, but kind of. So that's when I was like, all right, it's time to like focus on 1 weekly. So Purple Hyacinth is at 1 weekly. I still haven't decided if I even want to cover Tower God whenever it returns. I mean, I hope SIU is having as much rest as possible, but I mean, still, I don't know. I might do 1 chapter just to test the waters, but I think my time is up with not really webtoons in general, but what I cover in the motivation to cover something on the channel initially was part interest that I liked the series and that it was a webtoon, so it has a niche market. But now I've transitioned to, I mean, even the favorites that I have for manga, even if I like them and I see them big on Twitter or something, they're not big in the grand scheme of things. So I want to give them a spotlight, especially. And with the Wonder Egg Priority, like the anime, this past season in winter 2021, that was the first, like, I think original anime that I followed weekly that I completely loved. And I will have a video on it before the finale comes out, I think in June. That's made me want to hunt down more original anime and kind of like recapture that feeling of chasing, like, dang, like this story is good. And I'm one of the first people, and there's no source material to really think about it, so theory crafting each week was fun. I didn't really do much theory. I honestly read of many of my mutuals that were gushing over the different parts. And since I talked about June or whatnot, let me pull up what my schedule will be, I guess, moving forward, or what I have. So there's going to be the 1 through line of a weekly series, which is Purple Hyacinth. Whenever it goes on break, I'll go on break for weeklies, and I think I'll only cover 1 weekly ever. Yeah, 1 weekly ever that I can think about, because like Hoseki no Kuni and now that I did Made in Abyss, they either are on hiatus or monthly cycle, and having 30 days to prepare something or to look over something is plenty of time for my schedule. And on top of that, I have these few ideas for at least 1 special video a month. I always don't want to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. We always try to improve here. So this is what I have so far, with from May to December of this year, 1 video a month. So obviously the Purple Hyacinth anniversary is coming up. I still have no idea what I want to do for it. I'll probably figure it out sometime in May, to be honest. And then we have June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. These are either specific episodes or anime that really still stick out to me, and things that I still think about, even though I read them months ago or watched them a month ago or recently. I always go under the policy of doing a 2-prong pass when I experience media. First time is just going in, just watching it how I want, and then the second time is going in and really writing notes, getting a script, looking at stuff, trying to find it. That's kind of the approach I take, because I need to distinguish between this as like a job and this as a hobby, because if I only went in like the first time and just started like trying to analyze the crap out of something, like I'll get burnt out real quickly. Like I wanna enjoy just movies and anime and manga for fun, right? Like that's what I got this into, not to force myself to do analysis. And the analysis is always secondary, because my enjoyment comes first. So I think this will create enough variety and enough diversity as I experiment and see what I want. Like the only drawback from this is that I don't talk about Purple Hyacinth like theories that much, like special videos like I had before. But I also like don't think about Purple Hyacinth that much on a day-to-day basis. It's usually like on the weekly basis. I dump out my thoughts and then I put out the video. And probably during the mid-season break, I'll listen to all my videos and see how they were and what I can improve on. Although I hate my voice, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that, hating your voice, but I think it's something that I should be doing. So I'll probably do that. So since we're switching into this model, it's gonna be a while till we hit the next type of video like this, 300, right? Since I won't be putting out stuff that regularly, it might take almost a year. I mean, I have no idea how long it'll actually take, but that is interesting to me. I wonder how much, I wonder how much will change. I wonder how much will change then. Okay, let me look at the list. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about that was within this. I hope you like the 500 sub special. That Chica dance is, I can't like not think about the dance moves that I learned just from hearing that song. Like, it's a pain, but it was fun to do. Throughout college, I avoided doing any kind of dancing, so this finally got me to do it, so I'm grateful for that, at least. Oh, I'm looking for a new intro and outro, just music in general. Here are some designs. You can see kind of like what my layout is when I think of these ideas and script these stuff. This is what I got for the intro. I don't want to make it too long, but I do want to have like a artistic flair of some sort. I want to create it myself and not rely so much on my designer, even though my designer puts out amazing work. But again, it's time consuming and I don't want to burden him too much. So, and this will force me to improve and kind of learn the tools that I'm still using, and everything that I use in the 100 video is still the same that I use. I still use the same USB microphone. I still use Procreate to create thumbnails. Actually, the thumbnails have been shifting. I should have talked about this in the Purple Hyacinth part. But I've been creating custom thumbnails for Purple Hyacinth because what I've realized is most of the viewers that I have are not subscribers. That doesn't mean I don't, ignore the subscribers, but for what I should cater to for the initial click should be a little more catchy. So I experimented just throwing like Lauren's face as one of the thumbnails, and that video got like 1,000 views compared to like our average of 500. I was like, okay, there's something here. So what I've been doing is trying to find some panel of Lauren from the episode and then put that as the thumbnail, and I think it works. I'm not too sure. I need to get more data or actually look at the analytics to see if it's actually drawing in more new people. Because like my logic is like my subscribers, you guys, like you know what the video will be like roughly, right? No matter what the thumbnail or what the title says, like as long as it says Purple Hyacinth, like okay, this is inspirational. This is what he's gonna talk about. This is how he breaks stuff down. Roughly, it's roughly the same. Not really, but I want to think it's consistent like that, so it doesn't matter what I put for the thumbnail. But for someone that doesn't know who I am, I want to make it intriguing enough for them to click on it. Speaking of, I've been using a lot of panels recently, like a lot of panels, which is not really concerning, but it's also like there was that webtoon copyright infringement scare a couple months ago, which I did predict in the 100 video. I knew it was bound to happen. But I'm walking the fine line. That's really where I'm pushing the boundary of what copyright is, because I don't use full pages, right? And I only use specific panels, so they're taken out of context. And the logic is, even if you see these images that I put up, they, one, help with the visuals and what I'm talking about, and two, they're not the full experience, so you can't just look at this and get the same thing as reading the chapter, which is the important part for me. But that also falls under like if an author, or if, Ichikawa, or if the Made in Abyss author, or if, Soph and F decide, hey, like, we don't like this, we don't want our images up like this. I mean, they have every right to take it down. Before I had a little bit of liability, before I switched to the non-fastpass, because it was just the static image of the Hyacinth and my just talking over it. So those are pretty much safe, since, I'm literally just talking about it. There's no, none of their original content up on display. But I haven't really decided if I want to ever switch back to it, unless it becomes a problem and I do get a copyright strike, which I haven't gotten yet, so which is nice. But I'll worry about it then, not now. I'll keep playing the fine line and testing the limitations of what this platform has to offer. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, we're always about change. I'm glad you guys are sticking with this, and I'm not too worried about the views for this chapter. Oh, the other thing actually was now that we hit the 1,000, I am starting to monetize, but I want to avoid putting mid-roll ads because those are annoying. So I'll only put them either before the video starts or after the video starts, just because while watching the video I want to give you guys the full immersion of everything, and only for really long form content, like more than maybe 15 minutes, is probably when I'll put one ad here or there. I've shut down the lip sync podcast for the Tower God stuff since, I mean, we're still on hiatus and I'm not covering it, and it's a small price. It's like $5 a month to host my own stuff, but I've been hosting it for like a year and a half, so I don't think it's worth the investment that I put into it. So that plus a few of the equipment that I have, so I'm a little like under. So I'll see if this AdSense for monetization will recoup that. I've thought about Patreon, but like I was looking through other YouTubers and what they have for Patreon, and like what they provide gives value for people that are Patreons, and I don't have a system to provide that, like how I create my notes and how I go about like constructing things or finding ideas. I don't really write that out, I just do it. So I'll start documenting more and seeing if that actually will provide value for someone to invest, a monthly subscription for that. But as of right now, I don't think I have enough for it. So for now, I'll just rely on AdSense, and I have no problem paying with my own money. But ideally, this will be, this channel is self-sustaining, and I don't have to worry about putting extra money from my end while I maybe upgrade to a better webcam or an actual camera or change up the style of my videos or whatnot. But yeah, I think that's about it. If anyone is still listening, oh god, I haven't cut this, but it's almost running to 30 minutes. I didn't expect that. But yeah, I will see you at 300, whenever that is. As of today, I guess when I'm recording this is April 16th, 2021. So I highly doubt I'll get another 100 videos by the end of next year around this time, but we'll see. Alright, I will see you guys later. Peace.